Hello student, welcome to the lecture series of complex variable and partial differential equation. Today in this lecture we will continue our complex number chapter. So today in this lecture we will learn about roots of complex number. Okay, so now roots of complex number. So de Moivre's theorem can be used to find roots of any algebraic equation. Okay, so here we can use de Moivre's theorem to find out the roots of any complex number. Okay, for example, we have z raised to 1 by n. For example, we have any complex number and we have to find nth root of any complex number. So here we have z is equal to x plus iy. Already we know that raised to 1 upon n. Okay, now the polar form of any complex number, that is x plus iy. So polar form, that is r cos theta plus I sin theta raised to 1 by n. So this will become r raised to 1 by n cos theta plus I sin theta raised to 1 by n. Okay, now here we have to take a general form. So here we have to add 2k pi in our theta. So our next term will become r raised to 1 by n cos 2k pi plus theta plus I sin 2k pi plus theta raised to 1 by n. Okay, now by using de Moivre's theorem here. Okay, so according to de Moivre's theorem, this is nothing but cos theta plus I sin theta raised to something value. Okay, so this is nothing but r raised to 1 by n. So by taking this 1 by n here in theta place, so we will get cos 2k pi plus theta by n plus I into 2k pi plus theta by n. Okay, by multiplying this 1 by n with this theta form, so we will get this answer. Okay, now putting k is equal to 0 1 2 3 up to n minus 1. Okay, if we have to find nth root of any complex number, so here we have to take k is equal to from 0 to n minus 1. Okay, and all nth root of equations are obtained. Okay, so we can easily find out the nth root of any complex number. Okay, for example, find the roots of the complex number 8i raised to 1 by 3. Okay, so here you can clearly see that our complex number, that is 8i raised to 1 by 3. This is nothing but 0 plus 8i raised to 1 by 3. Okay, so the polar form of this complex number, that is r raised to 1 by 3 cos theta plus I sin theta raised to 1 by 3. Okay, so r is nothing but under root of x square plus y square. So in this case, x is 0 and y is 8 raised square. So r is 8 for this complex number and theta is nothing but 0 plus 8i. Okay, so 8i, that is tan inverse y by x. Okay, so this is nothing but tan inverse, this is 8 upon 0, so this is nothing but tan inverse infinitive, and that is pi by 2. Okay, so here this is 8 raised to 1 by 3. This one is cos. In general form we can write like this, 2k pi plus theta, and theta is pi by 2, plus I sin, this is 2k pi plus theta, that is pi by 2 raised to 1 by 3. Now 8 raised to 1 by 3, that is nothing but 2. Okay, and this is cos. Taking cross multiplication, this is 4k plus 1 by 2 into pi, and by taking pi common plus I, this is again 4k plus 1 by 2 into pi raised to 1 by 3. By using de Moivre's theorem, this is nothing but cos, this will become 4k plus 1 upon 6 into pi plus I sin 4k plus 1 upon 6 into pi. Now put here k is equal to 0, 1 and 2 only, because here we have to find out the third root of complex number. So by taking k is equal to 1, 2, 3, we will get 3 root of this complex number in this equation. Okay, so here now we have z is equal to, here we have now 8i raised to 1 by 3 is equal to 2 cos 4k plus 1 by 6 into pi plus I sin 4k plus 1 upon 6 into pi. Okay, k is equal to 0. So this is nothing but z1, we will get z1, that is 2 cos, put k is equal to 0. So this is cos pi by 6 plus I sin pi by 6. Okay, so this is 2 cos pi by 6, that is root 3 by 2, plus I sin pi by 6, that is 1 by 2. So we will get root 3 plus I. Okay, now put k is equal to 1. So we will get z2 is equal to 2 cos. Put k is equal to 1 here. So we will get 4 plus 1, that is 5 pi by 6. So this is cos 5 pi by 6 plus I sin 5 pi by 6. Okay, now this is 2 cos 5 pi by 6 is nothing but pi by 6. So that is pi minus pi by 6 plus I sin here pi by 6. So this is pi minus pi by 6. Okay, so where is pi minus pi by 6? So this is 0, pi by 2, pi and 3 pi by 2. So according to all STC rule, pi minus pi by 6, so which is in second quadrant. So second quadrant S is positive, means sign is positive and cos is negative. So here we will get this 2 minus cos pi by 6 plus I sin pi by 6. Okay, and cos pi by 6 is nothing but root 3 by 2. So this is minus root 3 by 2 plus I 1 by 2. So we will get minus root 3 plus I. Okay, now put k is equal to 2. So we will get our third root, that is z3. So put k is equal to 2 here. So k is equal to 2 by putting k is equal to 2. So this is 4 to the 8 plus 9. Okay, so this will become 9 pi by 6. So this is 2 into cos 9 pi by 6 plus I sin 9 pi by 6. Okay, so this is nothing but 2. This is cos 3 pi by 2 plus I sin 3 pi by 2. Okay, and now we know that cos 3 pi by 2 answer is 0 and sin 3 pi by 2 answer is minus 1. So this is minus I. So we will get minus 2I answer. So here we will get 3 root, that is z1 is equal to root 3 plus I, z2 is equal to minus root 3 plus I, and z3 is equal to minus 2I. This one is our final 3 root. Okay, next example, that is find the root of the complex number 1 by 2 plus I root 3 by 2 raised to 3 by 4. Okay, so here again we have 1 by 2 plus I root 3 by 2 raised to 3 by 4. Okay, so in polar form we can represent it in polar form, that is r cos theta plus I sin theta raised to 3 by 4. Okay, but here r is equal to under root of x square plus y square. So in this case x square, that is 1 by 4, and y square, that is 3 by 4. So this will become 4 by 4, so under root of 1. So r is equal to 1 and theta is equal to, this complex number is in first quadrant. So theta is equal to tan inverse y, that is root 3 by 2 upon 1 by 2. So this is tan inverse root 3 and tan inverse root 3 is nothing but pi by 3. So for this case our r is 1 and cos, this is cos theta, that is pi by 3 plus I sin pi by 3 raised to 3 by 4. Okay, now first of all use De Moivre's theorem, because here 3 by 4. So first take 3 in this theta place according to De Moivre's theorem. So we will get this cos pi plus I sin pi raised to 1 by 4. Okay, but in general form we can write like this: cos 2k pi plus pi plus I sin 2k pi plus pi raised to 1 by 4. Okay, and again by using De Moivre's theorem, so we will get this cos 2k plus 1 upon 4 into pi by taking pi common. plus I sine 2k plus 1 upon 4 into pi. And now by putting k is equal to, this is 1 upon 4. So by putting k is equal to 0, 1, 2 and 3, we will get our final root. Okay, so here we have 1 by 2 plus root 3 by 2 raised to 3 by 4 is equal to cos 2k plus 1 upon 4 into pi plus I sine 2k plus 1 upon 4 into pi. Okay, so by putting k is equal to 0, we will get z1, that is cos pi by 4 plus I sine pi by 4. Okay, so this is nothing but 1 by root 2 plus I 1 by root 2. Okay, by putting k is equal to 1, we will get z2, that is cos, putting k is equal to 1. So this is 2 plus 1. So this is 3 pi by 4 plus I sine 3 pi by 4. Okay, so this is nothing but cos pi by 4. So that is pi minus pi by 4 plus I sine pi minus pi by 4. Okay, and according to all STC rules, this is 0, this is pi by 2, this is pi, and this one is 3 pi by 2. All STC rule pi minus pi by 4, that is something in second quadrant. So in second quadrant, sine is positive, cos is negative. So this is minus cos pi by 4 plus I sine pi by 4. So this is nothing but minus 1 by root 2 plus I 1 upon root 2. Okay, now putting k is equal to 2, so we will get is that 3. So put k is equal to 2 here, so we will get 2 to the 4 plus 1, 5 pi by 4. So this is cos 5 pi by 4 plus I sine 5 pi by 4. Okay, so 5 pi by 4 is nothing but pi plus pi by 4 plus I sine pi plus pi by 4. Okay, so again according to all STC rule, this is 0, pi by 2, pi and 3 pi by 2. This is all STC. So pi plus pi by 4, so something in third quadrant. So in third quadrant, tan is positive, cos and sine both are negative. So this is minus cos pi by 4 minus I sine pi by 4. So our answer is minus 1 upon root 2 minus I by root 2. Okay, now put k is equal to 3. So we will get z4. So put k is equal to 3 here. So this is 3 2 6 plus 1. So this is 7 pi by 4. So this will become cos 7 pi by 4 plus I sine 7 pi by 4. Okay, so 7 pi by 4 is nothing but 2 pi minus pi by 4 plus I sine, this is nothing but 2 pi minus pi by 4. Okay, 2 pi minus pi by 4. So here we have 2 pi. 2 pi minus pi by 4, so something in fourth quadrant, and in fourth quadrant cos is positive and sine is negative. So cos is positive and minus sine is negative. Okay, so we will get final answer, that is 1 upon root 2 minus I by root 2. Okay, so here we have 4 answer. First one z1, that is 1 upon root 2 plus I by root 2, z2, that is minus 1 upon root 2 plus I by root 2, z3, that is minus 1 upon root 2 minus I by root 2, and z4, that is 1 upon root 2 minus I by root 2. Okay, now next is find the nth root of unity and show that they are in geometric progression form, and also show that sum is 1 plus c square up to c raised to n minus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, so here we have to find nth root of unity, that is 1 raised to 1 upon n. Okay, so 1 is nothing but 1 plus 0I raised to 1 upon n. Okay, so the polar form will become r cos theta plus I sin theta raised to 1 upon n. Okay, so here r that is under root of x square plus y square. So for 1 this will become 1 plus 0 is equal to 1, and theta for 1 plus 0i, so theta that is tan inverse, this will become y by x. Okay, so this is tan inverse 0, so theta is 0. Okay, so for this case r is equal to 1 and cos theta, so this will become cos 0 plus I sin 0 raised to 1 upon n. But here we have to take general form, so this is cos 2k pi plus 0 plus I sin 2k pi plus 0 raised to 1 upon n. Okay, so now this is nothing but, according to De Moivre's theorem, this is nothing but cos 2k pi by n plus I sin 2k pi by n. Okay, and now by putting k is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 and up to n minus 1, we will get our nth root of unity number. Okay, so let's start with by putting k is equal to 0. So put k is equal to 0, so we will get z1 that will become cos 0 plus I sin 0, because here we have 1 raised to 1 upon n, that is cos 2k pi by n plus I sin 2k pi by n. Okay, so put k is equal to 0, so this will become cos 0 plus I sin 0, so z1 is equal to 1. Put k is equal to 1, so z2 is equal to cos 2 pi by n. Put k is equal to 1, so this will become cos 2 pi by n plus I sin 2 pi by n. Okay, and take cos 2 pi by n plus I sin 2 pi by n is equal to c. Now put k is equal to 2, so z2 will become cos 4 pi by n plus I sin 4 pi by n. Okay, now we can write like this, cos 2 pi by n plus I sin 2 pi by n raised to square. Okay, according to De Moivre's theorem, this is nothing but indirectly cos 4 pi by n plus I sin 4 pi by n. But cos 2 pi by n plus I sin 2 pi by n is equal to, we have taken c, so this is nothing but c square. Okay, put k is equal to 3, so this is z3, so this is nothing but cos 6 pi by n plus I sin 6 pi by n. And according to De Moivre's theorem, we can write like this, cos 2 pi by n plus I sin 2 pi by n raised to cube, and this is nothing but c cube. So up to put k is equal to n minus 1, so we will get zn, so this is cos 2 n minus 1 into pi by n plus I sin 2 n minus 1 into pi by n. So again, according to De Moivre's theorem, this is nothing but cos 2 pi by n plus I sin 2 pi by n raised to n minus 1. So this is c raised to n minus 1. Okay, so here we get first answer, that is 1, second is c, third is c square, c cube and up to c raised to n minus 1. So you can clearly see that our all roots are in geometric progression form. Okay, now our second question is that addition of this 1 plus c square plus c cube up to c raised to n minus 1 is 0. Okay, so now here we have equation for addition of geometric form. So we have, that is a r raised to n minus 1 upon r minus 1. Okay, and r is nothing but second value upon first value, and a is nothing but first value. Okay, so in this case r is equal to second value, that is c upon 1, so r is equal to c and a is equal to 1. Okay, so put here, so we will get a is equal to 1, r is equal to c raised to n minus 1 and upon c minus 1. But here we have c raised to, okay, now find the value of c raised to n. Okay, so c is nothing but cos 2 pi by n plus I sin 2 pi by n and raised to n. So this is nothing but cos 2 pi plus I sin 2 pi, and answer is 1. So we can say that c raised to n answer is 1. Okay, so put c raised to n here. So this is 1 minus 1 upon c minus 1. Okay, and 1 minus 1 answer is 0. So now we have here proved that 1 plus c square plus c cube up to c raised to n minus 1 answer is 0. Okay, so today in this lecture we have learned about roots of any complex number. By using this process we can easily find out the root of any complex number. Okay, thank you for watching this video.